Semiconductors?
Yeah, semiconductors.
Okay.
Chips.
Well, maybe our special guest of the morning will understand what you're talking about, because it's Torchwood star Naoko Mori, ladies and gentlemen. Naoko, of course, played Tosh Sato, the geeky computer nerd in the BBC Two Doctor Who spin-off Torchwood. Torchwood, of course, is a government agency headed up by John I Never Stop Working Barrowman. he never does stop working, does he?
No, I swear, I think they've cloned him. I think there's like 8 of him running around London like Daleks.
Now, everyone I know who watches Torchwood who is over 16 is a man with a computer, a very pale skin, never seems to go out, complete computer geeky type person. Are you a sci-fi nut? You have an alien.
Yeah, in honour of Torchwood, I have to say I've never been a big sci-fi person. I like the X-Files and stuff like that. In fact, it's quite sad because when I did Doctor Who, they sent me the script and I had no idea what a TARDIS was, and I actually looked it up in the dictionary and couldn't find it. So,
did you not know Doctor Who?
No, not really. It really was like Doctor Who, you know, for me. So yeah, it was but I still got the job, which is great. But no, I'm not a huge sci-fi person, but I am a geek.
Good. So oh, you're a geek.
Yeah, it's in the blood, I think. I'm Japanese.
Japanese, so. OK. Now, what's your work like working with John Barrowman? I mean, he comes on this show, and he is a fantastic fellow, isn't he?
He is. I mean, what you see is what you get with John. He really is down to earth and very generous.
Does he ever have a miserable day?
You know what? I don't think he does.
He's like Biggins, isn't he? He's happy.
Such a big heart. And I've known John for years, and he's really down to earth and such a lovely guy. So.
Now, the second series of Torchwood is out on DVD. It comes in this rather boring red colour, but inside there's a really cool one. And we have a clip lined up where Tosh is trying to save Cardiff from an alien attack.
OK. I don't want you to panic, but the reactor's already hit the critical point.
OK, you're telling me it's going to meltdown, aren't you? And I'm at the hardest storm.
Yeah, sorry.
Right, can you fix it?
Of course I can. I'm brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and divert power from an auxiliary source back to terminal. If that works, I can talk you through restoring the coolant system. Right. Now.
Tosh.
Died at the end of Series 2.
Yes.
Series 3, I believe, is in the pipeline. Are you going to regenerate? Are you going to be
I don't think so, no. I think there's been a lot of speculation within the fans saying, well, it's sci-fi, you know, they tend to bring people back, but I think she's going to stay dead.
Nothing. Nobody stays dead in shows. I refuse to believe it. Shame. Yes. Back in the real world, you have lived in England since you were 15, is it? Or even earlier
12.
than that, since 12.
Yeah.
And then your parents went back to Japan, and you asked to stay on at the age of 15 on your own.
Yeah.
And they let you?
Yeah, basically, my dad's always been very sort of pro being independent and stuff. So what happened was I've always moved around. I grew up in the States, in Japan, in London. I came to England when I was 12. When I was 15, my dad got sent back to Japan, and he said, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I kind of want to do my GCSEs. And he went, OK, here's a checkbook, there's a bank account, you go and find a bedsit or a flat. And I was like, aren't you going to put me into boarding school or anything? And he was like, no.
You got your own flat at 15?
It's really sad because I got the local paper out and I was circling all these really dodgy bed sits and sort of going in to look at them. And
did you meet any of the audience?
But, you know, I have to say, thank goodness, because it really taught me how to be sort of independent.
I bet it did.
But he did get a bit of flack.
If you had kids yourself, would you do the same thing?
Maybe. I mean, it is a scary world out there, you know.
Did you have any bad experiences, or was it all fine?
One or two, but you kind of survive. You just kind of get on with it, really, you know?
I think you're right. I had a friend, Simona, she also was independent at 15. Quite remarkable, remarkable. And one other thing I must talk about before we move on. Absolutely fabulous, of course. You're Safi's best friend in that. Was that the big break for you, or is that a moment when...
I don't know. I mean, it's funny, because that was originally just a one-episode tiny guest part, and I remember I had 2 words to say, yes and yes. That was it, you know.
I like a girl that says yes.
You fluff the lights?
Yeah, I was like, no, I mean yes.
Maybe. That's what women say is maybe, not yes.
Perhaps. Then I must have done something right, and it just... Jennifer
More
kept
bits in
writing.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
so... But it's funny, because there does seem to be a pattern. I tend to sort of seem to play a lot of geeks. And
Maybe it's racist. We're going to be talking about weird accusations of racist a little later in the programme. Lovely to have you here, though, Naoko. It really is. Lovely to have you with us as well this morning, folks. Got some great talking points, as I mentioned. It's going to kick off with the headlines, though, and Naoko will take us through those. OK, what's making news then, Naoko? What are the headlines?
The first one's from the Daily Mail, and it is about Keith Vaz.
OK.
There was a private handwritten note from Mr. Hoon to the senior Labour MP, thanking him for his help. And let me read the letter out.
This is the terror bill, isn't it?
Yes.
To get through the government's detain people forever without charge. Sorry for
yes.
900 million days without charge.
So basically, yeah, it was a note, and it says, "Dear Keith, just a quick note to thank you for all your help during the period leading up to last Wednesday's vote. I wanted you to know how much I appreciated all your help. I trust that it will be appropriately rewarded!" Exclamation mark.
What on earth can that mean?
Exactly. Now, Mr. Hoon did say...
There we go, the Daily
later-
Mail told us, egotistical, ambitious, sleazy, the perfect candidate for a peerage.
Now, he did say that it was meant to be an ironic exchange, you know,
He's
like
a friend of yours,
jokey-
isn't he, Shona?
Yeah. I think, I actually, you know, it's just a note between friends, I think.
Well, a note between friends who are both in a government that narrowly escaped a real shameful loss over a really dodgy anti-terror piece of legislation.
Yeah, and there was a lot of stuff in
which
the
one of the members that voted for it, the one who voted against,
just let me
promised
say,
something,
let
an
me just
appropriate
say,
reward.
let me just say, you know, when 2 people work in, you know, as we all do, we work in institutions, and we have jokes about our institutions. I think
I don't normally commit mine to paper, though.
Well, you might commit it to text, you might commit it to email.
No, because I'll be worried that it might turn up in the Daily Mail and be used against me.
Well, then you're cleverer
it has a
then,
little
aren't
whiff of
you,
corruption
Matthew?
about it, doesn't it? It does have a whiff of corruption.
Well, I
you
don't
vote
know.
for a dodgy piece
I
of
don't
government
know.
legislation.
I'm in 2 minds. I don't know.
Well, at least you're in 2 minds, so you're not entirely convinced.
If
if
he
he was
wasn't your
bored.
friend, you'd be saying he's guilty.
You reckon? OK. So, Keith Vaz, well, we'll have to watch this space, see if he gets a peerage. A rise to Keith.
Yes.
OK. Anything else now?
The next one is from The Sun, and it is the big convoy, the police escorted convoy of lorries and cabbies yesterday about the fuel price protest. Now, I didn't know this. Maybe I'm a bit sort of behind, but AA figures show that about half of every £1.15 litre of petrol is made up of... No, hang on a minute. How does that work? AA figures show about half of every £1.15 litre of petrol is made up of tax and VAT. I mean, it's...
So the more petrol goes up, the more money the government makes.
Yeah.
Perhaps to pay for more peerages. I mean, it's a difficult conundrum, this one. Well, someone's making a lot of money in the government,
Yes.
and lorry drivers are being brought to their knees.
Yeah. And, you know...
So do we support... They're talking about more wildcat strikes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do we support that? Someone said good in the audience, yeah? Yeah? OK.
But you have to think, I mean, lorries and cabbies, you know, they move the goods and the people, you know, they're very important, and they have to kind of get some kind of leeway or something.
Yeah, I mean, the petrol subsidised in a lot of countries in the Far East, or was. All those subsidies have been withdrawn, so I know there's lots of problems in Asia with the price of fuel. The reason fuel is going up in price is because we're running out of it. And I'm just wondering whether the idea that, you know, the lorry drivers can just stick their head in the sand and say, well, you know, this is our living, we're going broke, if that's a good enough reason, or whether, you know, we need to look at a bigger picture and start thinking about how we can move our goods around.
Yeah.
OK.
And the next one, this made me laugh a lot. It's The Sun, and it's about Wimbledon. After the very disappointing game yesterday, and the headline makes me laugh.
What a loser, eh? I know, yes, I might have mistakenly given the impression that Andy Murray was a British hero, OK? But he's a loser. Yeah, Andy Murray the loser, yeah?
But the headline made me laugh so much. It goes, "Come on, Tim," and then it goes, "Oh, no, come on, Andy," and then it goes, "Oh, come on, Jamie."
Jamie who?
Jamie who, yeah. But that's Jamie Murray, his brother, who is still in the semi-finals in the doubles, mixed doubles.
That's the really important... That's the one everybody wants to win at Wimbledon, right?
But
anyone can win the men's singles championship, apart from a Brit.
There's a really cute... This is the icing on the cake. Now, Tim Henman, who retired, as we know, also went out at the quarter-final stage yesterday due to due to a throat infection. He was supposed to give sort of commentary and advice at the BBC, but he's out because of a throat infection.
Is that Tiger Tim?
Tiger. Nice one. Andy Murray, what a lose, what a disgrace, eh? What a Scot, eh? Racially abusing our English football team. It's all coming out now. Richard, what have you got?
How much you've turned since yesterday. Boy, oh boy.